Greetings everybody, Guzzle here. Checking out a new game today. This is Flotsam, and it has been in early access for quite some time. It turns out I looked back and I purchased this game in 2021. So quite a long time in early access, but the good news is version 1.0 is released. The devs made it past the finish line, and now we have a completed game to check out, guys. So the gist of this game is you are basically the lone survivors, or rather a group of survivors, from a apocalyptic flooding of the world. If you can see down below, here's what used to be a city. It's all underwater. And so we are the lucky few when we have a ship here. It is the Town Heart, they call it in the game. I happen to name it the SS Beer Me, and that's just kind of what we're rolling with. But anyway, we have 3 drifters that we start the game with. Let's take a look at them real quick. All right, we got Riff Raff, we got Nori, and then we got Sweaty. I love the names. But basically, each drifter has a specialization and things they prefer to do. But basically, this game is sort of a mashup of an exploration slash city builder game. And I think it's really fun. I quite enjoyed it, even in the early access phase. Although updates were very slow, but I have so many other games to play that it wasn't really that big of a deal. A lot of people on the forums kind of complained a bit, but it never really bothered me that much. Anyway, that doesn't matter because now, like I said, the full version is complete, so we're going to dive in and check it out. I will say this about the game, knowing that I've played it over the years, this is the type of game I like to call the Sunday afternoon game. And what I mean by that is you kind of, you know, it's Sunday, you kind of have a full day ahead of you. You've kind of done all your chores. You don't have any work to worry about, any school or anything like that. You can just sit back, launch this game, and play for 8, 9, 10 hours in one long session as you grow your town and explore the map. Let's take a look at the map, by the way. This is a brand new game, guys. Since it's version 1.0, I did not want to continue any games I had in progress. So we are starting from scratch, and this is going to be quite a long video, guys, so I wanted to throw that out there. What I'll probably end up doing is editing down the video and skipping past parts where I'm just gathering and waiting for things to complete and things like that. But like I said, the Sunday afternoon type game, a game like Civilization 6 or something where I'm talking about long sessions, long time, but very relaxing while you play. Without all that out of the way, let's get into the actual gameplay now. I've got it paused here, but here's what we start with, which is basically nothing. We have our storage at the front of the ship here, and then we've got this walkway around the ship. We've got a propeller in the back, and that's all you start with. That's it. So the main thing is scavenging items from the water, and then later there's going to be little islands and stuff for us to explore. But why don't we get started with this? I'm just going to go ahead and set my my gathering region here, so you can expand it, make it bigger or smaller depending on how much material you want to grab. I always go for the most we can get, so let's do this. Now we have a buoy out there that specifies what we're collecting, and let's assign all 3 of our crew members to get out there and grab this stuff because we want to collect all this plastic and start using this to build up the town. All right, we have collected all that plastic that was out there. So why don't we pause it, and we can take a look at what's going on with this ship. There's a couple things I didn't explain. In this center here, this big pillar stores all of our water for our crew. And then right here is a little battery. So when we move the ship, it requires power. And our drifters will generate power by turning this crank that's back here, and it charges up this battery to give us more energy. Later on, as we grow our town, we're going to need better sources of energy, but for now, that's what we have to start with. All right, so we've cleared that little patch, and let's take a look at the map. Now what we want to do, let's back out a second. So over here to the left, you guys can see there's basically the edge of the map or a border for us. And I remember the developers saying in a blog post or something somewhere that basically as long as you go east, it's essentially an endless world that you can travel. Now, with the version 1.0, they did add a full storyline and all that good stuff. So I have yet to see any of that stuff, but I'm excited to see it. But if you go east, it's going to be basically never-ending sort of constantly generated world. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go east. So I'm moving the ship with the mouse button here. And let's go collect some wood. And let's collect that other plastic. Here's the wood debris floating on the surface. Let's grab this stuff. So yeah, I like to play with the radius of our collection, because if sometimes if it's too small, as you can see, it goes from 7 wood up to 17. You got to make sure you're collecting everything that's there. We're also going to send the guys out here to collect. So we're going to grab 2 plastic jugs and then 18 plastic junk. We need to start thinking about building. We have to build housing for our sailors or our scavengers, whatever you want to call them, our crew. And we have to also build some production buildings. So why don't we take a look at the building menu now? We've got a little bit of plastic to use to build the floaters, or sorry, build with the floaters. We build some platforms. I think before we do that, I want to build, let's build a plastic workshop so we can make more plastic. I'm trying to decide where I want to put this bad boy, because basically, one thing that's kind of peculiar about the ship. Oh yeah, there's the name of it right there, the SS Beerbean. That's kind of sick. I love it, dude. That's awesome. Anyway, uh-oh, yeah, see, look at this. They want housing, so we need to build the housing. Here's a little tooltip as well. So they're not going to be happy for very long if they have nowhere to live. They need to be able to sleep somewhere. We're going to need some floaters and wooden planks to do that. So I'll get working on that. We have to build our production stuff first, though. So we're going to build a dryer for the wood. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a space to the left of this building for some walkway action. Let's build the plastic one right next door. All right, so our drifters are going to build those 2 items and start processing the materials they're collecting so that we can start using better materials to build different buildings, including the housing, which I'm going to go for this duo tent, and it's going to require floaters and the planks, which these 2 production buildings will provide for us. All right, construction complete, the manual dryer, and then the salvage is done. They're going to grab this plastic, but they're going to get to work. Okay, we have to actually manage the production, though, the production building, so let's just put it on basically infinite generation. As long as there's raw materials available, our drifters will get to work and make the items we need them to do with those production buildings, which is the floaters and the planks. So they're at work, and now we can explore it further. So let's go for more plastic and more wood here. And there's some seaweed right there, so that's lucky for us, because we are going to need food sooner rather than later. All right, so we'll send them over there. And once again, you want to expand your region to make sure you're getting all the materials that you want to grab. But yeah, this is kind of the gameplay, guys. A lot of it is just kind of waiting around and collecting stuff and salvaging, and then waiting for the production buildings to do their thing too. So that's why I like to say it's a relaxing game, because you can kind of just chill if you're watching YouTube or reading articles or doing something kind of while you wait for things to complete. This is the type of game you can do that, or listen to a podcast. I do find the music very relaxing as well. And it hasn't really changed much in the early access. I gotta be honest, I was kind of hoping with the version 1.0 they would have some new music, but it doesn't appear to be the case, which is fine. The music's good. I just wish there was more variety for it. Anyway, we're moving on. We're gonna grab this seaweed over here. All right, there's the big patch of seaweed. It's not that big, actually, but we're gonna send our guys. They'll start collecting all that. We'll grab this big chunk of plastic over there. We're gonna be well on our way to start making some more interesting stuff soon, guys. All right, yeah, it looks like we're low on wood. We got to work on getting more wood. But while we're getting the seaweed, they're going to have... Soon we'll be able to make some salad from the seaweed, so that'll keep our drifters fed. It's also very important. I remember one of the early versions of the game. Early on, getting food was very tough, and I think they added this salad spinner to kind of get the early food game handled, and it works very well for that. While we're kind of hanging out, we're still waiting on those planks. Okay, we need wood. That's the priority here. Yeah, let's keep going towards this direction. There's some wood. Let's grab the seaweed first, though. We're going to have to cut a left turn, though, to grab that wood. By the way, guys, when you exit the map, you hit C, it'll center on your ship, and that's something I do every time when I exit the map. It's just sort of like muscle memory at this point, so if you guys get stuck playing this, hit C. All right, let's grab that wood now. So 12 wood, not very much, man. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. So yeah, there's the wood dryer. By the way, guys, I have it on the highest speed right now because it's just kind of, like I said, this game is a lot of waiting around. And that's what, if you guys were confused by the animations, that's what's going on. All right, I just realized, guys, that our storage is full already, so we kind of have to deal with that. I'm kind of hoping, though, before we build a warehouse, why don't we build... Dang. So I don't think we're going to be able to get the wooden planks because of our full storage, so why don't we build the sawmill? And that's a big-ass building there, so I think I'll put it on this side. And like I said, I want to leave some space for the walkway, so that looks good there. This will use some of the materials... And hang on, were we waiting on the wooden planks? I was confusing the planks with the dry wood. I thought we were waiting on the dry wood. It's the planks we're waiting on. So let's get these guys to work, and we'll be able to build the housing very soon. Okay, we do need more plastic, so why don't we go in between these two here? Maybe not between them, but let's do this. Grab this plastic. I think we're going to be close to uncovering some new stuff really soon here. Let's grab all this plastic. All right, we're almost there. We could build our new settlement here, or housing, rather. Let's think about where we want to put this. Why don't we do this instead? Before we build that, let's build our walkways out. We'll do one there, and then I think on this end, yeah, we'll do something like this. Just to get it started, you know? It probably will mean we need more plastic, but that's not a problem. We'll be able to gather that pretty soon. Okay, now I think we have enough to build let's build two of them kind of back to back, just like that. All right, that's cool. We have two housing units now, so this will cover 4 drifters. We only need 3, so this is really good for us because if we find another drifter, we already have the housing dealt with. So I kind of like that. Why don't we, while we're at it, let's build ourselves the salad spinner. Can I stick this in? No. I was kind of hoping to be able to find a spot for it that was a little bit more nice. We'll stick something in this little pocket. Actually, can I do the storage here? Yeah. Interesting. So, okay. Let's go ahead and do the storage there. Then we have this little slot right here for a little 2-item. There's bound to be something that'll fit in there. So later on, we'll have to see about that. But now our storage is 120, so that'll help out a lot. There's plastic and more wood. Okay, so it's nighttime, guys, which means our workers can't do anything at night. I think that... Is it already morning, though? That was a really fast transition. All right, let's grab all this plastic. Yeah. Let's grab that stuff. All right, you guys get to work. Now, let's think. We got food handled now. Oh, I forgot to turn it on, of course. Let's get the seaweed cranking out. We need water next. So I'm thinking, like, we'll throw water production. Oh, will it fit right there? No, it's a little too big. Okay, I see. Well, okay, before we do that, let's get our walkway situation. So this is the back of the ship here. I think I want to do something like this, right? We'll just make it so that we kind of box in the propeller. And then that's all connected there. Now we can let's throw in our water production. Oh, so that's storage, not production. Here's the production. We'll throw oh, such a big-ass building, man. That's why I put it way over in the back there, I think. But look at that. Our storage got cleared out with all these new items that we're building, so that's really good. Research should be the next priority. We can actually build it already, which is fantastic, dude. Put it right there. Oh, I should mention, so one of the new systems they added that they didn't have in the early access version, or rather, it was kind of in a primitive phase in the early access version. So the specialization of each drifter, they like to do certain things. So I want to adjust the priority so that they're doing the things they really like. So I've now included I've clicked 3 ticks up on the on Sweaty. So Sweaty is going to be our science officer doing all the research, basically. And then we'll have riffraff on the crafting stations. And then we want liquid handling done by Nori. That's what they love to do. And the tutorial said that if you have them doing things they like to do, they become happier and they become more efficient and they level up quicker. So as they level up, they'll gain better skills in all these areas. And so you want to kind of have them specialize in those certain things just for better efficiency and happiness for your crew. All right, I think we're ready to move now. So again, we want to go east. So we want to go, let's make sure we're going the right way. Yeah, we need to go east. So how about we grab this wood right here and keep pushing on east. There's a new region right there. As you guys can see the border. Let's grab this wood though. Where are we at? All right, this is going to be quick to gather this. Yeah, grab all that. Research will be online really soon, looks like. Here we go. Oh yeah, let's go. Research is up. Rope lashing is the first item to research. We're going to get a rope crafter building, a storage yard, and a drying rack. We're going to need all those things. So this is a nice development. And hopefully we have who's our crew member on here? I hope it's the one that we specified for research. It is Riffraff. No, sorry, it's Sweaty. I forgot it's Sweaty. Let's take a look. Make sure Sweaty's on there. I don't think that's Sweaty. Is it Sweaty? I can't tell. She has like kind of a dark shirt. Let's take another look real quick. I can't. It just says she's constructing. Who was researching? Oh, I think maybe it was Sweaty. I don't know. I hope they're doing the thing I told them to do. I don't know for sure. It's fine. This is such early game that it's not really, you know, not going to make a huge difference this early, I think. All right. 12 wood. That's the best we got, huh? All right. But we need it, so. All right, cool. We're done with that. Let's push on. Grab some more plastic and seaweed right here. This is a good little spot. I love it, dude. Man, 22 seaweed. Let's go. All right, so what's our next priority? Tutorial, research, drifter, expertise, and management. Yeah, I kind of covered all that stuff. There is a new quest log. Where did that go? Is it this? No. Where is that? I guess it's not in the, it's only in the tutorial, maybe. I don't know. Oh, no, here it is. The quest log. It's just grayed out. Okay. Decorations. I think the decorations are something new for the version 1.0. So we'll get to doing that, I'm sure, in the future of the video. But for now, we're just kind of chilling. Let's build some more walkways while we're waiting, though. I think that'll be good. Hang on a minute. What? That looked to me like it was going to build through the housing there, which is kind of crazy, man. Yeah, now we can't do that. So we'll connect that walkway there. Same with this over here. Although, look at this. We have a little bit of a gap. But that's all right. We're going to have space for decorations. It'll make the town nicer. It'll make our little crew members happier. So it's all good, man. I think out here, there's not enough space to do... There's kind of this diagonal issue as well. So I'm going to build the 2 diagonals out, I think, just kind of like this. I know it's a little bit weird. I'm going to build one in the middle, too. We'll have this kind of diagonal area later to handle. I think we're going to... What can we build now? It looks like nothing. Is research done? I think it's done. So next we'll take basic tools. Seem good. It says crafts tools for salvaging. the scrap smithing, metal scrap into plates, a large storage yard, and then seaweed growth. We'll do the tools for now, because scavenging is going to be, especially early game, is more of a concern, right? Oh yeah, check out the giant whale. Now, when I first started playing this game back in the early access days, I thought the whale was going to, like, wreck the town. They don't do anything. They can't hurt your buildings. They can't disrupt your town at all, so they're just there for the flavor. But anyway, we're going to push east, guys, and try to find some new stuff. Captain, look there on the horizon. Oh, there we go. All right. A scouting landmark. I bet if we climb to the top, we'll see all sorts of junk begging for upscaling. All right. You read my mind. Let's get over there and do this. And then there's also some bonus wood for us right there, too. So that's nice. We'll go right in the middle here so we can harvest all this stuff. There we go. All right, here's the tower. Let's send somebody over to scout the region. And then it looks like we need tools, chopping tools, to get the healthy trees over here. Captain, smoke up ahead. Could it be a survivor? Show me. Where is it? Is this it? No, that's not it, right? Over there. Oh, I was looking the wrong way. Okay. This is a good development. We're going to grab a new survivor for our ship. So let's get into that. But first, let's harvest everything. Okay, it says research complete basic tools. Let's do the scrap smithing next, I think. We'll do that. All right, this is kind of dealt with until we have tools, which we don't. So let's, what was it gonna, oh yeah, there's some wood to grab. So this, yeah, so 16 is, okay, we'll get that wood. 14's the most there. We'll have them do that. There's more seaweed right over there. What is this? Chop healthy trees. Again, we don't have tools. So that can't be done. It's nighttime. Do we want to move? I don't think so. Not yet. I think they made the day-night transition a bit faster for the version 1.0, which I'd really appreciate. Because like I said, at night when your drifters are asleep, you're not getting anything done. So it's nice they made that really quick. It is a game after all, right? It doesn't have to be super realistic. All right, so what's happening? Why aren't you guys salvaging this stuff? What's going on here? I guess we can change the priority with this. Oh, no, that's just the region they're salvaging. Never mind, we don't need to adjust that. Okay, get over there. Scrapsmithing's done. Let's research the seaweed now. Good stuff, dude. Good stuff. All right. I'll tell you what we'll do. While we're kind of working on our wood harvesting there, we want to sort of start going this direction. So let's go ahead and move closer to it. There we go. All right, now let's go ahead and salvage this too, or harvest. Looks like, yeah, so that worked out. Are you, okay, I thought that was a drifter. It's just a barrel. I was like, maybe I made a mistake by moving the ship while they were harvesting, but everything seems okay now. Oof, we're really low on water. You know why? We don't have any wood. So I need to get that dealt with immediately. Where is our production? Oh, crap. We need the drying rack? No, what do we need the firewood, this. Okay, we need plastic ASAP. Okay. Okay, we need plastic more than anything. All right. This, yeah, so this is something we got to deal with. Where is the nearest plastic? There is nothing out here, dude. This is kind of bad. The forest lookout tower. Is that what we... Yeah. Okay, we want to go this way, and there is plastic over here, so that's perfect. Let's finish harvesting this, and then we'll get over there. I'll skip ahead the video, guys, for me to get to where that new drifter is located. All right, guys, we're back. We got to the area where we suspect the... it says a campfire, and it's still smoldering. We just missed them. If they're on the move, they'll be looking for food and water. Let's check the usual spots, see if we catch up. Gather tinder and take furniture. We want the tinder. The tinder is going to help us make the water, dude. So this is what we need. This is really good that we found this because we are out of water and our crew needs water ASAP. So this is really a boon for us that we discovered the tinder. So now our water production is working. And we're going to be having some fresh water for our drifters really soon. The abandoned camp has been fully salvaged, so this is done. We took some furniture off the thing. So now we need our plastic. Let's go to the church here. Actually, let's see what the rural ruins has in store for us first. Can we salvage anything? We'll grab some plastic junk and the furniture. Let's get everybody on this. That's not producing water for us. We're going to have a new crew member soon, hopefully, so we got to make sure this water situation is under control. All right, we're going to... Oh, sorry, the movement of the ship can be a little tricky sometimes. Let's... all right, so... First of all, we're going to grab this plastic so that we can make sure that we have the resources needed so we can build the, what was the building we're looking for? The chopping block. This will get us, okay, now we can build this, and this will get us the wood we need for our, to make water, dude, which is super important. I'm going to stick it right there. I'm sure there's an argument to be made about efficiency, about putting certain production buildings closer to one another. I'm not going to worry about that type of thing. Studying, does this improve? Oh, the school. Drifters can store and study books for experience. Why don't we do, oh, watchtower. Let's do reconnaissance. That seems to be really prudent right now. How do we do with this? Everything is done. Where is our new drifter at? Okay, we got food over here, a restaurant and a supermarket and a pharmacy. Where's the drifter, though? I was kind of hoping we'd have a crew member, man. Let's go forward a little bit to the ruins here and see if we can find something useful here. There's some books. Okay, interesting. And moldy paper. Okay. All right. Oh, wait a second. I guess I was clicking on the wrong settlement, but that works too. All right, well. Oh yeah, did we build we got to make our tinder there? And that way we can have some water. We're out of water yet again, so this kind of... Yeah, so once again, like saying about the efficiency thing, putting the tinder area by the water thing would have made a lot more sense, but I think it's going to be fine. I mean, they move fast enough. I'm not that worried about it. How are we looking on the salvaging? Okay, that's done. Can we do this? No. Doesn't look like it. Is this... That's not done yet. Okay, he's coming right back, though. All right, guys, check it out. Some new developments have happened here. I'm going to pause it real quick. Okay. So I managed to build a recycler building. So this will turn junk into plastic that's usable. We also have a rope crafter built, so we can build rope, which is going to be necessary for a bunch of the different buildings. And we did some extra research. I've got reconnaissance research, so now we can build a mooring point for boats. And we can, I'm doing studying next, and I'm going to do fishing after that. So we've made a lot of progress here. Now, parked between two areas, one has a grocery store with a bunch of food, which is really good because we have 2 food left. So it's actually a bit dire right now. Let's send all 3 of our crew out there to grab the food. And then here we have medicine, which I'm sure will come in use later and for our crew. But anyway, we'll send them over there. Scavenge the food from this grocery store, and that'll solve the food issue for now. We're kind of low on seaweed, and the seaweed's actually required to make the rope too, so I'm kind of thinking I'm going to build the seaweed farm as soon as we can get our rope situation handled. But for now, we're going to keep scavenging. I have not located where the new crew member is, but they got to be somewhere close by, so we'll keep looking around for that. I just moved the ship by accident. I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. So I'll be back, guys, when we have the next development to share. All right, guys, we're back. Big development. It says there was movement spotted in this supermarket right here. So while we're here, let's take a look. We got Isla Hopper here. Whoa, huh? What? You scared the salt off me. Take it easy. We were passing through and found your campfire. We wanted to see if you're okay. Wow, that's actually really thoughtful. Sorry, haven't seen anyone in a while. Didn't expect company while I was munching on some crumbs here. You got your bags packed, food stock, drifting, or heading somewhere? I'm hopping islands towards a city farther out. Hoping I'll find other people, make surviving less lonely, you know? But hey, looks like you found me first. Who are you folks anyway? We're a township, the SS Beer Me, dude. We've been drifting around looking for survivors. Hold up, you're telling me I can join you lot? Yep. Oh, buoy. This is gonna be great. Mind giving me a hand with this food? We could use it for the journey ahead. Alright, grab the rest of that food. Done. Alright, we got a new drifter. This is good stuff. Let's take a look at our drifter, though. Okay, so, let's see. She is an expertise, or sorry, has an expertise modifier. So these are all contributing to her, her morale, it looks like. What is your specialization, though? Let's take a look. Crafting and cooking is what she's good at. Okay, so we'll take a look at our worker panel. We want to make sure she's on cooking and crafting. Looks good to me. All right. So once we get this food salvage, what was over here? Oh, yeah, plastic junk. Yep, done that. All right. All right, we need to grab some seaweed, though, so we can make rope. Our inventory's getting full again. But hopefully they'll start crafting stuff. Oh, yeah, I think we need to build the wood. There was another wood production thing I think we needed to build, right? Okay, tool maker. That's next, I think. Let's throw it. Sure, right there. Okay. How about our research? What's going on? Still working on the studying. Okay, cool. All right, still need to grab a couple things. This one's done. All right. So once we... Okay, that's finished too. Let's move on, guys. We'll go to the overgrown ruins real quick. I don't know if there's going to be anything we can collect there. All right, guys, here's what I'm looking at. We have this scouting tower over there where there's some seaweed in the area. So I'm going to go that way so we can grab the seaweed because that's what we really need right now. And I'm stuck in this little area. There we go. We got loose from that. Let's grab the wood while we're passing by it. There's kind of no reason not to grab it. It's a small deposit, too, so this should take almost no time to do. Perfect. All right, let's keep moving. Tower and seaweed, big priorities right now. Here we go. Let's put it right in the middle there so we can do all these things at once. Seaweed is first. Let's grab that. Scout the region. And then this island, we can gather tinder. Perfect. Tinder means water. Actually, we're full up on water. So why don't we pause water for the time being? We need to build probably more water storage, actually. How we looking on... What was I was looking to build the seaweed farm, I believe. Okay, we're still... Oh, wait, we got the rope now. All right. Oh, look at that. It fits perfectly right there. We'll go ahead and put it there then. All right, seaweed farm coming online, dude. This should help our seaweed issue considerably. We'll have rope available. Let's go ahead and research fishing, because we're going to need that for food. A fishing chair, grill, and animal chow grinder. Interesting. All right. All right, guys, check it out. The seaweed grower has been constructed. And we're going to have up to 5 seaweed being generated over time. And you guys can see here, the growth is fairly slow. But at least we'll have a source that we don't have to worry about seaweed so much. Our scouting is complete. Let's take a look at what it revealed in the region. Not a whole lot, really, to be honest. Let's take a look over there. Okay. I'm kind of thinking we go towards... Back out this way looks more interesting. There's a rusty car wreck out there. Look at that. And a water tower, huh? Okay, while we're here, though, let's go ahead and harvest some wood. We'll just start going out further east. I think that's a good plan. All right, sweet. Grab some more wood. Yeah, our food levels is pretty bad. We're going to have to deal with food sooner than later. How's the fishing coming along? Only 3 out of 3, or 1 out of 3 so far. And all we could do is the salad spinner at the moment, but what if we do a mooring point? Can we make boats? I really hope so. Actually, I'm thinking on the front of our ship is where we're going to want boats. So why don't we grab... We'll make this kind of weird diagonal sort of part of the ship. Something maybe we can kind of mitigate a little bit with the diagonal weirdness. Something like, I don't know. Why don't we... Okay, so it's a little bit crooked. I don't really... It doesn't bother me that much, though. Can we do... Let's try to do this. Can we not get it to go straight now? Don't think we can we? Damn. It's a little bit wonky, isn't it? Let's do two... Maybe two extensions here going forward. It doesn't look pretty, but you know what? And we'll throw a boat on the end. Actually, let's shore it up and then throw a boat out on the end here. And we'll have like maybe a couple boats. Actually, maybe it makes more sense to go off the side, huh? I think we're going to want at least two boats, right? So, okay, wait a minute. I guess we'll do it next to each other, like so. How do we make a boat? That is the question. Okay, everything else, housing we're covered. Oh, there's our... Okay, so we need some rope for our watchtower. I definitely want to build that, and we have to build the school, too. Okay. What's our seaweed farm looking like? Okay, we're going to have some seaweed fairly soon, which is really nice. Can we upgrade anything yet? Not really. Okay. All right, guys, so let's keep pushing on and looking for materials while we're working here. All right. All right, guys, so here's a new development. I just noticed we're really low on food, so let's head out towards these buildings and try to locate some food, because otherwise we're going to be in trouble with our drifters. By the way, guys, I've been sick the last week or so, so apologize for my voice. I'm doing the best I can with the situation. All right, guys, let's scout this region. Okay. Captain, we spotted signs of life. There might be a survivor out there. Where are we looking here? Over there. Oh, man. Okay, quite a ways, but okay. We'll make our way that way. No problem. All right, guys. We also have tools in the works. So I've made... We've got demolition tools, and we need to get chopping tools, but we need metal for that. We have no metal. We need to locate some. So let's back up a second. All right, I backed up. Let's take a look at what's in this facility right here. Taking some demolition tools and some furniture. Perfect. So having some tools on hand will help because we can scavenge more stuff from all these various islands around. I think we got some seaweed produced. I'd love to build another farm. We still have no rope, though. Wonder how we build the ships. Interesting. I wonder... Yeah, there must be a way for us to build the ships. I bet it's... I'm gonna guess it's gonna take metal to do that, though, which we don't have any of. Okay, we still have the food issue to solve, so hopefully there's some food left in these two buildings right here. Let's take a look. Any food? No. Just demolition stuff. I mean, we need all this stuff, but we really need food more than anything. And I wonder if I turned off our seaweed thing. No? Yeah, so we're just out of seaweed. That's kind of the issue here, so kind of need to grab food as top priority. All right, guys, here's the situation. Our storage is full, which is kind of a problem, and we're low on food, and so I've got them gathering the seaweed, but I think with our storage being full, we may be running into an issue. So can I upgrade the storage yet? No, it needs research. Okay. Let's see if we could build a new storage then. We can build a small one. So we might as well do that. Where should we throw it? I think maybe in this little corner. Will it fit there? No. But maybe like right there. Seems okay to me. We'll put some storage in there. That should help with the situation. And, man, if we find some metal, we can build better storage. So that'd be nice once we figure that out. Items missing. What was going in here? Plastic waste, electric scrap. Okay. That's fine. We just need our seaweed. I have the salad thing going, I think. Yeah, so we have some food coming out finally. I turned the rope thing off for now. Can we build this yet? No, we need rope in the floaters. Okay. Yeah, another farm for the seaweed is kind of crucial, I think. So we have 4 hungry... we have drifters that are in mortal danger. And our morale is super low because I have no food for these guys. I can understand they're not happy about it. I get it. But I'm trying to alleviate the food situation as quickly as I can here. So they're making the salad. And I think they might be consuming it as soon as it's done. It looks like they're getting better. So yeah, we're almost through the hunger problems we were dealing with. And I'm just waiting for some rope as soon as we have them fed. Okay, so you guys can see the 3 up here. It's getting better in terms of food. So we're sort of recovering from our food shortage now. Okay, so we've got that all dealt with. I think before I grab another drifter, who's over there, is there a grocery store? There is a grocery store which will have food, so we make our way that way, I think. Before we do that, though, while we're here, let's grab this wood pile. And that'll put us 13 wood. Okay, let's grab that stuff. Another seaweed farm. Okay, let's turn the rope crafter. Hang on a second. Wait a minute. Okay, we're still out of seaweed. We only have 7 food, so we're still in trouble food-wise. So let's make our way this way. I think once we have another farm up and running... Oh, is fishing done researching? Because if that is, we can start catching fish. And that'll be really good for our food problem, I think. All right, let's take a look here, though. How's the research coming along? Okay, fishing is done, and so is studying. We need to build those buildings. So let's get on that. Let's pause it, though. All right, fishing. Where is our fishing? Okay, fishing... The fishing chair... We need floaters. We need plastic. Okay, so we do have plastic somewhere. Right there. There's our plastic. So let's grab all that stuff. And then more plastic and furniture there. That's fantastic. So once we have some fish in the mix here, hopefully that will solve some of our problems with food, man. That's what I'm hoping anyway. But grabbing all the plastic and all the junk from this island will help quite a bit, hopefully. Once again, food and water are low. We're kind of up against this quite a bit here. Man, how do we get these fish, though? We need to build the... All right, the fishing chair. Where do we want to put this thing? I don't know what makes sense, man. Okay, tell you what. Let's keep going out. And then we need a fishing chair. I mean, I guess this makes sense, right? And hopefully they just start fishing immediately. Guess we're going to need the grill to make the fish, probably. Okay. So we're not out of the woods yet in terms of... Okay, it looks like he's fishing. Sweet. Okay, we're going to stay here for a while, catch a bunch of fish. Although our storage is full too. Damn it. It's like never ending, you know? Alright, I guess the gist of it is we need the metal plates. And let's produce rope again. So we can have another seaweed farm cooking up here. Alright, he has nowhere to put the new fish. I hate to build these little storage yards, but we're sort of stuck with this for now. But yeah, we kind of have the food situation needs to be kind of under control before we deal with other things. Food and water both. Let's just assume that we'll have other opportunities to fish. So let's move on here. We'll go to the rural ruins, hopefully find some food there. If not, we'll go to the grocery store. And then there will definitely be food there. Let's take all this stuff. This guy can't fish now. Okay, we need to be near the fishing area. I think we're probably going to have a separate building to build the boats, if I had to guess. All right, did they salvage all this? Yes. Okay, cool. All right, guys, kind of a dumb moment for me. I didn't realize I had the water production turned off, so we ran out of water, and also that's how we stockpiled a ton of tinder, the firewood. So now that I've got the water production turned back on, that should help a lot with our storage problems, and also get our drifters some water, man. So that's kind of in the works now. We still kind of have issues with our storage, though. And we need food for our people. The good news is there's a grocery store really close by. I think it's over there. So before we grab another drifter, we're also going to need more housing for these guys too. So let's get that going right away. Well, look at that. It fits kind of perfectly right in there. I mean, perfectly, maybe not perfectly, but that'll fit there. So we have more housing ready for these guys. And that'll help a lot. We have another drifter available to help us do stuff. One more time, I'm going to check our worker priorities. Everybody seems to be queued up for what they need to be doing. So how about we're salvaging a bunch of stuff still. But I think our storage problems are, well, sort of alleviated for now. We still need food really bad. We need another seaweed farm pronto. All right, that's complete. Are you going to grab... Where the hell is this guy going? Look how far he's swimming. That's so far. Are you? Okay, so, okay, let's, yeah. So let's not do this. Let's move on. Let's grab the new, the old church is fully salvaged. Okay. Let's move on and grab the new settler. The new drifter, I should say. And this will help. We got Shambles, dude. Grab the tinder and the furniture as well. So Shambles will be joining the crew shortly. And we need food badly. Drifters need food badly. I'm doing the best I can here, guys, you know? Okay, we just harvested all that seaweed. We still need that new farm, so I gotta have rope turned on. But they're automatically prioritizing the food, which is smart. So that's happening. All right, so things are kind of cranking along. Let's go to that grocery store. As soon as this is salvaged, we'll go to the grocery store. Then our food issues will be solved, hopefully. And we need that metal so we can build better cooking stations and stuff, too. All right. Drifter camp has been salvaged. On to the grocery store we go. Plastic can wait. There we go. Okay. Get all that food, baby. All the food. That'll get the morale up, hopefully. Okay, now we got food coming in big time. This is amazing. All right. That helps quite a bit. One more seaweed farm. Kind of necessary, dude. I'm going to do something really crazy. I'm turning off food for now. Let's get rope production happening. We need seaweed, though. Okay. What is next? I think, okay, look at this. We got seaweed and a rusty car wreck over there. I think that's our ticket. Let's go over here. And we get the, hopefully get the metal and the seaweed together. This will be really good if this is what I think it is. Check it out. It's a highway. Recover vehicle batteries. Ouch. Salvage the metal. We need these tools. I thought we had some tools, man. What is going on here? Don't we have some? Is there a way for me to check? Oh, yeah, the inventory is up here. We have 19 demolition tools, so what the hell? Oh, we have to unlock it. Okay. I didn't realize that's the situation. Okay, let's send a couple dudes over there. And then while we're here, grab this seaweed. And this will hopefully get us to the rope we need to build our extra seaweed farm. And maybe we'll have better luck with all this stuff. Our storage is full again. Are you guys telling me you're not going to make more rope because we don't have storage for it? It looks like they're making it. Please tell me we're doing this, man. Okay, our water is back under control at least. Still food is a problem. Okay, I see rope getting made. So as soon as we can build this other seaweed, we're going to be in better shape. There we go. All right, seaweed farm coming online. We're turning this back on because we need the food. All right, I think... Yeah, everything needs metal for these tools. That's the issue. Okay, gotcha. How's our research looking? Okay, we got that all done. Simple decorations, basic electricity, food clean... Oh, a fishing boat. Hang on a minute. Okay. 4 knowledge to get the fishing boat. Well, in a way, we're sort of behind having... First of all, we have storage problems, and we don't have the facilities to make the better food. So why don't we go scout and grab some more seaweed while we're over here? I think that's the play. Let's go do this, man. Hello? Why can't I search this? What's going on? Did I already do this? Weird. Maybe I did the scouting already. I guess that's what happened, huh? Alright, the seaweed and the wood, this is the priority. Let's turn off the rope for now. Let's make food. All right, Captain, we spotted signs of life. There might be a survivor out there. Where are we looking here? Over there. Ooh, okay. All right. Before I go get another survivor, though, I want to get our food situation under control, so we need to work on that. All right, guys, it looks like almost kind of like a new biome here. I don't know what's going on. We have an overgrown ruins, but let's take a look. We just have some trees. I was hoping there'd be some new kind of food there, but let's go explore over here then. Oh, check it out. Okay, I found an area that's got some potatoes, guys. So, with our storage being full, let's do this. Salvage the rotor. I don't have the tools for that. Okay. All right, we scouted. So, okay, we have potatoes here to harvest. And a water tower, which will have some water in it. Once again, though, the storage. We need plastic, man. Okay. I mean, there must be a production building, maybe that I'm not utilizing to make. Where do we want our tower to be? Guess in the back, that makes sense? Sure. Okay, so, with the potatoes, we're going to have full storage, but why don't we harvest it? And maybe this thing can produce... We have potato salad. It still needs seaweed, though. Dang it. So that kind of sucks, but maybe it's better food for our crew, and they're going to like it more. I don't know. But we're grabbing some potatoes, dude. The watchtower is done. Oh, yeah, so you can see a bunch more now. That's pretty nice. All right. And then maybe we'll go fishing. If I can build the damn, we still need metal. That's the kind of the, okay, metal and plastic. Gotta make sure we grab all these taters, though. Taters precious. Damn. All right, storage is full, but they are making the food, so maybe this will fix itself. What you making there, buddy? Okay. Hauling export blocked because there's nowhere to store it. If you guys would just eat the food, though. All right, anyway, we're full on the storage. Where's the nearest plastic we can harvest here? Looks like way over there. Is that really the closest one? Oh, there's a bunch over here. All right, let's head backwards. For all this plastic over here. Sorry about the view, guys. Let's fix this. All right, here we go. All right, guys, big development. I finally gathered enough plastic to build the scrapsmith, something I should have done way sooner. This will allow us to produce metal plates, which we need for a bunch of the better buildings. So this is a really big difference now. And hopefully with this completed, we can have the better cooking stations and get our food situation dealt with. All right, here we go. Metal plate. Get to work on that. Aluminum sheet. We're not going to be able to build that yet, but that's fine. Scrapsmith is now working. So first order of business will be to get the grill so we can cook the fish. And that's going to be huge once that's up and running. And why don't we build... They seem to prefer the wood walkway, huh? I wonder if we can replace... No, it doesn't look like we can replace what's there. But we got a ton of wood planks, man, so this will look nicer for them, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. All right, maybe we just deal with it. Yeah, let's build the grill. All right, where are we going to put this bad boy? Sure. Now, if we got some fish, we got the grill, dude. They'll be eating really nice, hopefully, here in just a moment. Grilled nibblers, huh? Grilled gobbler. Corn on the cob. Nib kebab. Gob kebab. Grilled flounder. Well, cook everything we can cook, man. Basically. I mean, we don't have a lot of fish, but... Alright, cool. That's working now, so let's see what we can do. Maybe we can get this metal here. Let's check this out real quick. I didn't finish this area, turns out. Alright, we're getting metal from the bikes. Perfect. Grab plastic junk. Do that. What about this island here? Chop trees. We don't have any axes for that. Okay. That's all cleared. Perfect. Alright, cool. What are we looking at now? Grinds various animal chow. Okay, I think that's not for my drifters. That's probably for the seagulls, which come later. Here's a fishing boat. Definitely build a fishing boat. We're going to need more fish. Okay. We're making some progress, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there. We just need more plastic, turns out. Oh, and then we can build the better storage yard, too. That's going to be huge. How about research? What are we doing here? Salvage boat, let's go. All right, guys. Well, good news is with the new production buildings online, our storage has improved considerably because we don't have a backlog of metal anymore. And I'm kind of thinking we can go back into tool production now. So let's turn all that back on. Because we have the metal coming in finally. So this is a nice boon for us here. Let's turn the rope production back on as well. Is the grill doing anything? I don't think we have... What do we need? We need tinder. How are we out of wood again? Anyway. Let's go. Okay, I think the supermarket got cleared out. I think we're done with that. Let's double check, though, if we're going right by it anyway. Yeah. Might as well do that. Get some metal. Oh, guys, update. I didn't realize there are skill points I have to dole out. So I want to give skill points out to those who, especially research. So we want to make that better. Yeah, let's start having these our crew get really good at cooking or research. How about cooking? Yeah. Let's get the... So yeah, I didn't know about the skill point thing. I'm glad I checked that. Yeah, we're not going to have the right... So certain drifters like certain food. We're not at that stage yet. Okay, but everybody's got what they want to do is all sorted out. All right, cool. How we looking? That's done. All right, let's move on. All right, guys, here's a few new developments. One is we got the food and our water situation well under control now, which is huge. We're going to grab some wood over there. I built a couple plazas outside of the town area to kind of increase the, what's the metric? The town beauty score. Now, as you guys can see, so certain buildings detract from the beauty and certain ones add to it. So adding the plazas are helping, and I have to build, you know, decorative items on the plazas to get our beauty score. Keep it in the positive. Because basically, if our town's too ugly, it decreases the morale of our drifters, and they will not be as productive. But the other thing is, I managed to kind of get another settler. Let's go ahead and grab him. And then we'll gather all this stuff. But one cool thing is I managed to find a radio tower over here. So we're going to have to see what the radio tower is picking up. And there's also a ton of great plastic deposits, fish, a bunch of stuff to loot on this little region right here. So this is a really good region for us right over there. So I'll update you guys when I have something new to share. Okay, guys, it's been quite a while. I've been playing for almost 2 hours. Here's the state of the town. I built a bunch of walkways. We have the plaza's a little bit more filled in. It kind of looks like crap, but just to kind of make the score a little bit better, we have to do a couple things. Right now we're low on food because we keep running into the problem where I don't have enough storage space. This has been happening like constantly. And so I think the best thing to do is build enough storage so that, oh, I blocked in my boats too. I got to undo that. So how do we demolish something? Let's take a look. There we go. Yeah, we got to demolish this so our boats have a way to get in and out. Okay, now they're all right. Okay. Anyway, we're at the radio tower. Let's take a look at this. There's someone on the landmark jumping up and waving at us, a survivor. DJ Babel, hello, over here. Can't believe it. I've been stranded here ever since the Great Flood. Imagine my surprise when I saw your boat. Wait, holy macaroni. That's no boat. That's a floating town. That's amazing. You wouldn't happen to have room for one more, would you? Yeah, sure, dude. Join up. Heck yeah. I'll grab my radio equipment. Hell yeah. What do we got for the radio now? What a fantastic little haven you've got here. Hold on. You're actually getting around? You're actually going around saving people and building this community together. Is that your thing? Well, rock on. I think I can help with that. See, I've spent my life on air, chasing hidden frequencies, broadcasting secrets, and spreading vibes. If anyone's out there sending signals, I'll hear them. So how about it? With my radio equipment and your supplies, we can build the SS Beerme's very own radio station. This is exactly what we've been looking for. Let's do this. All right. We don't have enough, we can't salvage the electronics there. But I think, let's take a look at our research. Radio communication, there it is. Let's research that bad boy. All right. Well, once I build a radio station, we'll have to see what that unlocks. But our storage problems still persist. Let's turn our food maker back on. Hopefully that will allow us to make some food and alleviate our storage issue, like I was saying. Water storage is full, which we can't really do anything about that right now. I hate to build all these tiny little storage things, but I think we kind of are boned on this. I guess let's make some more wood if we can. We don't have any wood, huh? I had to turn off a bunch of buildings, I should mention, because when my storage got so full that all the production buildings couldn't be unloaded, that was causing all kinds of problems, man. So, storage is not quite full. We're not producing any food, though. Why is that? We're still waiting on these to grow. Okay, let's try to get the food situation. Is there any, man, there is no near... Okay, that's the closest area with food, it looks like. Yeah, so let's head over there and grab some seaweed and make some food if we can. We're a little bit challenged on moving. That's all right. Okay, you got it. You got it. You're good. There you go. Before we grab another drifter, oh yeah, I should check and see if everybody's got housing too, by the way. Oh, there's fish as well. This is actually a really good spot. Okay. All right, guys, food is the priority, so let's get this done. And this guy's already fishing. I don't have to tell him to do anything special. All right, we're cooking up some food, hopefully, here in just a moment. All right, good stuff, dude. We've got 33 rope. I think I'm going to turn this off just for now, right? We don't need quite so much rope. We need food more than anything else. Oh, yeah, we need housing for the new guy. Shit, we can't build it because we don't have planks. We need wood, too. Okay. All right, well, they're getting on with the food, so that's good. How we looking? Can I send the fishing boat out there? I don't think so. Do I have to assign the captain to the boat? What's... I need you to go fishing for me, I guess. Hang on a second. Do we do it from here? Do I have to send the fishing boat? No. I don't understand how the fishing boat works, because the boat is there. The speeding arc. I can move my... Oh, I can move the ship to a different port. Yeah, I don't know why they're not fishing from the boat. Don't know, guys. How you doing here? Are you... You're not fishing anymore? Why not? Okay, well, I think everybody got to eat now. So that's good. Grab more seaweed while we're here. Okay, we don't have tools for that. Everybody grab some seaweed, make some salad, dude. Get everybody fed. Okay, storage is gonna be full pretty soon again. But at least they got all the seaweed out of there. We got levels to give out here, so let's... what do you got here? We got cooking. Yes. And then Shambles likes cooking too, so let's make those guys level up. Alright, food is still not looking great. We gotta keep working on that. And we have to build the housing too. We need wood for that. Alright, wood is now the priority. Dead trees. Let's get some wood going here. Gather tinder. We do need the tinder for cooking, so we'll grab that stuff. Of course, the storage is going to be full yet again. At least the food production's back online. Getting some fish was helpful. But anyway, we're rocking here. Slowly but surely. And now we just got to build a radio station. So we did the research already. Perfect. All right, so how about we do... What does this give us? The bio boiler. Okay. Upgrade fabrication. Unbottling. Yeah. Cleans pollution. I wonder, has the pollution been an issue? I'm not so sure so far. Oh, farming, though. Corn, potatoes, tomato. Holy crap. Okay, we need to do bioprocessing to get farming up and running, I think. That's the next phase there. All right. Yeah, you need to eat. I understand there's a ton of food available, so I don't know what your problem is. Can you go eat for me, dude? I wish there was a way to manually have them eat. Nobody's sick, so that's good. I don't know, dude. The food is available. Okay, it looks like he did eat there. All right. So, yeah, they're not super happy just because one of them doesn't have housing and the other ones weren't eating, but I think that's all fixed now. All right, so we got to construct a radio tower. Let's do this scouting, and actually we can grab some wood while we're over here, too, so this is good. I need wood really bad, turns out. All right, sweet. Grab this wood, dude. Yep. There we go. All right, wood's coming in. So once we get some planks, we can build another housing tent for these guys, and then they'll be happy. Of course, we're full on with the resources yet again. Do I have all the wood items turned on? Let's get this back on. Okay, that is on. And then this guy, floater, that's turned on. We have a ton of firewood. Let's turn this off for now. Yeah, let's turn that building off. We need planks, not firewood. Okay, we got that under construction there. Get that under construction. Yeah, so housing. Housing's next. All right, guys, new development. I was able to build a salvaging boat, and so now it makes the salvaging trips on these islands go much quicker, and the workers can bring back a lot more at one time. So that'll help speed things up considerably. We're still working on getting the radio tower built. So we're going to do that soon. And then I think we'll end the video at that point, guys. So I'll be back as soon as that's ready. And we'll see what the radio tower does for us. All right, guys, here we go. I have enough. I had to connect power and all this stuff to build the radio tower, but here we go. Let's set it up. And we'll see what this does for the story here. All right. Here we go. DJ Babble's super happy. He says, well, would you look at that? Very own radio station. It's a beauty, Captain. With this, we'll be picking up signals in no time. All right. We're picking up a new signal. It's an open channel. Some engineers rambling about torque balance and load distribution. Think they could help us expand our weight capacity. Where's... Oh, look at this, dude. We're picking up a Know-It Fix-It-All. Okay. Unlocks engineer, a mysterious signal... And then a firmware update unlocks the farmer. How about we do the engineer to start? Wrenchley, dude. All right, so he's out on his ham radio or whatever, trying to hail people down, looks like. He says, coffee's gone. If anyone's still out there, bring some snacks, dude. Where are you at? SSS Beer Me's coming for your rescue. Don't worry. Never heard of it. Not surprised, huh? It says he's building a robot? Oh, dude, now we're talking. We're a township, dude. Yeah, we'll come pick you up, man. We'll give you a ride. You're hauling too much weight. Low on power. You've heard whispers of legendary engineer. Yeah, dude. Rescue me from this hunk of junk. Feed me, water me, and give me a comfy bed to sleep on. Do that, and I'll make your problems disappear. Deal. All right, he's not that far, man. Not that far, dude. It's pretty good. But guys, listen, the video's getting super long. And this game is one of those games that just keeps going and going and going. It's not a bad thing. I happen to really enjoy it. I think it's really well done. It's pretty relaxing to play. Sometimes you get stressed out when it comes down to certain resources or your storage gets full and all that kind of stuff. But it's still fun. It's still interesting. And it satisfies that itch for the town builder and the exploration. Looks like we got a guy who's sick, though. I did build a facility to wash the food. But it doesn't seem to be doing much at this point. We don't have enough dirty food, I guess. But yeah, guys, I think that's where we'll go ahead and call it for the video. Because like I said, it's getting super long. And I'll tell you what. If you watch the entire video, if you made it this far into the video, I've got a key to give away for this game. So comment below and let me know that you made it this far in the video, you watched the whole thing. And the first one to comment, I'll select and give a key out to. So a little incentive to watch the duration. I know these videos, especially this one, is pretty long. But all right, guys, if you made it this far, I do really appreciate it. Maybe you'll be the lucky one to win that giveaway. But otherwise, guys, I really appreciate you watching. Oh, yeah. I should actually, if there's some kind of bot that's crawling the video, perhaps if it identifies giveaway or whatever. How about you, I'll do something that requires a little bit more work to get the key. I mentioned at the beginning of the video when I bought the game. So if you go list the year that I said at the beginning of the video when I bought the game, and then we can get the key out to you, just so we don't have a bot grabbing it. But all right, guys, thanks again for watching. I want to also thank the publisher for sending this my way. Even though I already bought the game, it is still appreciated that they reached out and tried to send me a key. It is Thursday, December 4th, 2025. And the game is out of early access. Go check it out. I'll have a link in the description below. I think it's a really fun game. It's really well done. And I do really enjoy it. All right, guys. Thanks again, and we'll see you for the next one.